You cannot say things like Donald Trump said in this tweet and not expect the international community to actually be more responsible than your president. You can't. I mean, we should have the full expectation for nations to respond to this as though it was a clear and present threat. Maybe clear and present is the wrong language, because once we consider it a clear and present threat, then that means that we're going to take self-defense action. So maybe not a clear, but definitely a threat such that that it will start a new arms race. That's exactly what it is. It's a threat such that it warrants starting a new arms race, which is what I was talking about in the last segment, in the last portion, was the conversation that he had with Mika Brzezinski off of Morning Joe. Now, here's the thing. With this Morning Joe and Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, they have this knack for saying things on national television that seem to have come off the record. And yet the significance of what they have to say, particularly with this nuclear proliferation, it's so significant that until Donald Trump, I mean, I hate to do this, but until Donald Trump confirms or denies it, we have to go underneath the assumption that he said it. He's a sitting president. We're talking about a major show that he's been on a regular basis. If he doesn't deny it, then damn it, he said it. All right, that's number one. Mika Brzezinski, off of Morning Joe, said that in this conversation, or in a conversation with Donald Trump, he understood that this type of language could start an arms race, a nuclear arms race. And his comment to that was, if there's an arms race, let there be an arms race. We'll outdo all of them. Now, technically, that's true. We waste more in our defense in the Pentagon. The Pentagon wastes more than most nations spend combined on defense. And granted, the budget for nuclear weapons comes from the Department of Energy. However, there's some overlap there. But we waste more than most nations could spend. So he's not lying in the sense that, can we outdo them? Yes, but outdoing them does not bring us stability. This is one of what's the word I'm looking for? This is the most common misconception that building up our military and building up our defense, or being abrasive and brash and speaking with a lot of bravado, signals strength. When in actuality, those exact same things can signal undermining of your strength. What do I mean by that? That means that, for instance, it was a signal to the world that America was this behemoth of a nation that can go around the world and do whatever it wants to, and will seek out weapons of mass destruction, and will seek out terrorism wherever it exists. And we'll give you an example with shock and awe in Iraq. The move itself was seen and portrayed as being a statement of America's strength, when in actuality, it undermined America's strength. Not even just in the long run, but in the short run. This undermined America. So all of these steps of bravado, right? All these things that we feel good about because it makes us feel strong, those are actually things that undermine us. And this is the clear example. Donald Trump's conversation, or his tweet for one, and then his conversation with Mika Brzezinski about, oh, we'll win an arms race. Yes, we would win an arms race, but that does not put us in a stronger position. And the expectation that it does is so diluted and so prevalent that I'm surprised we haven't been in this spot so many more times. I'm surprised that, that every time something happens, we don't have even more trouble because of how we care. But, for better or for worse, no matter what President Obama did, his language was always measured. And I'm sorry, but the words of the president matter almost as much as his actions. So yes, Obama was bombing the hell out of Muslim countries, but he was very moderate with his tone, right? He wasn't going around talking about starting a new nuclear arms race. And anybody who's at this point still dismissing this as simply, oh, this is just him trying to control the media narrative via tweets. Well, maybe that's what he's trying to do. But the reality of it is his words, his tweets have so far-reaching ramifications now that he's President-elect Trump that it is highly irresponsible for people to dismiss this because it came through Twitter, or to dismiss this because they feel like, oh, he's trying to distract from X, Y, and Z. Well, hell, it's a pretty big fucking distraction, right? You know, it's like you're having an argument with your spouse and you want to create a distraction, so you bomb the whole house. Like, that's the equivalent. If he's trying to distract from his transition team being corrupt, this is a hell of a way to do it.